Hey, today we're going to talk about circles and specifically special types of angles that exist inside circles. But first, let's talk about a couple things about the degree measures of circles. So the whole arc of the circle, meaning this whole black circle, measures 360 degrees. Every circle is 360 degrees. And if we cut that circle in half, we call that a semicircle, and the arc of a semicircle is 180 degrees. So let me highlight an arc of semicircle. So half of this circle is 180 degrees. The other half is 180 degrees. A semicircle is created by a diameter. This black line is a diameter. And so anytime we see a diameter that goes through the center of the circle, it cuts the circle into two halves, which are semicircles that are 180 degrees. So a couple special types of angles that exist that we see in circles are pictured here. So the first one is called a central angle. It's called a central angle because it has its vertex at the center of the circle. And so if we are talking about this angle, that angle intercepts an arc of the circle, and that intercepted arc is right here. It's sort of like what part of the circle is the angle eating? Okay, we say that the arc being intercepted, kind of like in football, is in blue here, and it's intercepted by this angle that I went over in purple. And the relationship between the measures of those two things is that they have the same measure. So the angle measure of a central angle is equal to the arc measure intercepted by a central angle. The other type of angle has a vertex that's on the circle. It's called an inscribed angle. So this angle has its vertex on the circle, and its sides are what we call chords. Let me type that out for you. So each of the sides of this angle is called a chord. Okay, we've already seen a special type of chord in this lesson. That's a diameter. That's just a special type of chord that goes to the center. Okay, and so we have this angle formed whose vertex is on the circle, whose sides are chords, and it intercepts an arc, just like the central angle. But the relationship is different here. The arc that's intercepted by the inscribed angle is 2 times the size of the angle. So let's try a couple of these. Here I have this question mark. It's representing the angle measure here. It's a central angle because its vertex is at the center, and it intercepts this arc that's 63 degrees. So a central angle is always equal to the arc it intercepts, so that angle question mark is just 63 degrees. Over here we have question mark is now representing a arc, so this intercepted arc, and that arc is intercepted by this angle here, that's 40. It's a central angle because its vertex is at the center, so that means the arc must be the same as the angle, and therefore it is 40 degrees. So I want you to pause here, and in each of these I want you to find question mark and then press play, and I'll give you the answers. So we have central angles again. The vertices, or the vertex in each, is at the center of the circle. Here, question mark is that angle. The intercepted arc is 80 degrees, so the angle is also 80 degrees. Over here, I'm looking for the intercepted arc. The angle that intercepts that arc here is 55 degrees, and so the arc is also 55. These ones should look different, and that's because these are inscribed angles. In each of these, the vertex of the angle is on the circle, and the two sides are chords. Okay, chords, again, are just segments inside circles that start at one part of the circle and end at another. So starts at C, ends at E. Question mark is my intercepted arc. My angle is 44 degrees. For inscribed angles, the arc is equal to 2 times the angle. So I can plug question mark in for the arc, 44 for the angle. You get that arc is 88 degrees. Over here, I'm looking for the angle measure. And I see that my intercepted arc is 158 degrees. And so again, my arc is 2 times my angle. So 158 is 2 times question mark. We divide by 2 on both sides and get that the angle is 79 degrees. So I want you to pause. I want you to try these two, just like the ones I just did. Then press play, and I'll go over the answers. So again, we have inscribed angles because their vertices are on the circle. Their sides are chords. Okay. Here I want to know what this angle is, and here I have an intercepted arc. And like we said at the beginning of the lesson, I have a diameter. So that means that this blue intercepted arc is 180 degrees. It's a semicircle. The arc is 2 times the angle. So my arc of 180 is 2 times whatever my angle is. So I divide both sides by 2 and find out that that's a 90-degree angle. In this one, my angle is 75, and the arc it intercepts is right here, and I want to know how big it is. So I can plug into my relationship. The arc is 2 times the angle. So question mark is 2 times 75. That makes that intercepted arc 150. So I have 4 questions here that I want you to do, and then we will talk about them in class. So I put 1 per page so it's easy to see. So do 1, then press play and wait for the next one to pop up, and there should be 4 total that I have you do.